Hi, this is Em from Aunt Em's Quilts and Em's Scrap Bag, and I'm going to talk to you today about choosing fabric for a scrap quilt. Some people think that's hard to do, and I'm just going to give you a few tips to give you some confidence so that you can make your own great scrap quilt. So I have some examples here of scrap quilts that I've made. One way to do a scrap quilt is to have a controlled scrap quilt, and where you choose a colorway and then you just pull fabrics for that colorway. Like this quilt here, I chose all of the cool colors. I went into my blue scrap bin, the green and the purple, and I just pulled everything out. I just grabbed it all. In a scrap quilt, value matters a lot more than color does. So just make sure that you have a good range and in your values. So then I cut them all into strips and I just went crazy with it. This is a free tutorial. It's called Kites and Stars. It's on my blog, Em's Scrap Bag, if you want to check it out and make your own. So this one I just did the cool colors, and then to liven it up, I added the orange and the yellow stars. But all the scraps in this quilt are just from my cool colors. Another great way to do a scrap quilt that's easy is to find a fabric that you really like all the colors in. So I was recently going through some scrap bins and I found this fabric here. So it's got some yellows and red and green, and so I thought I'm going to make a yellow and red scrap quilt. So I went into my bins and I pulled out lots of yellows. From light to dark, I grabbed yellows, and then I grabbed reds from light to dark. And I will make a scrap quilt from these fabrics. This one right here, I really liked all the colors in this. So I grabbed my scrap bins of those colors. So my orange scrap bin, and I just went through and I just started pulling anything that looked like it matched with that. And I just started pulling them out. I pulled out yellows and browns. And it doesn't really matter if it doesn't have every color in it, or I just wanted to get all the colors in and get a wide range. So I went through all of the colors that were in that. Excuse me while I yank these off. And then I made this quilt. As you can see, it has all those colors in it. It was just a really easy way. I knew the colors went well when you choose from a fabric, because you like the fabric, so you know that you like those colors. So you can grab colors that way. You can also go like with a cozy kind of color scheme, and with darker colors. I do this kind of for my boys and stuff. They don't think the brights are as great as I do. Or you can do the same design and do it bright. So reversing where the light is on this quilt. See the light stars? I made the stars dark. And I will do it this way with brights in the place of the cozy colors. And that's another way that you can do a scrap quilt. As a general rule, you probably don't want to mix the cozy colors with the bright colors. You can do a little of that. Like I say, it's a general rule, and I feel like rules in quilting are more like guidelines. So if you like how it looks, go for it. But I will mix a few brights with my cozy colors, and I will put a few muddy colors in with the brights. But generally I try to keep those separate. I hope that helps you in choosing colors for your next scrap quilt. I love scrap quilts. They're so fun. They're full of memories. And I encourage you to step outside your comfort zone if that's hard to do, and just dive into those scraps and have a ton of fun. Thanks. Bye-bye.